right there.
Hello and welcome to Fishing on Northwest. Winning with Tommy Donlin.
What do you think, Tommy?
It's the best. Nice one.
Drinking my buddy's homemade wine, living Northwest wild. Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I float the Wainuchi when it gets hot. I'm proud of all the things that I've got.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. New England coming to you from the Fish on Northwest studio here in Olympia, Washington. Sorry we took a week off last week. I was down with a head and chest. Gonna try to get through tonight. If I can make it through without coughing and stuff, it'll be a miracle, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, want to welcome everybody to the show. Obviously, Tommy is absent. Apparently, he had a few things going on today that precludes him from joining us here in studio tonight. So, looks like he bagged himself a pretty decent whitetail. Good for him. Not sure what that's all about. Perhaps he's doing a workout in the field there, doing some dead weight squats or something. But looks like a decent whitetail for him. So, nonetheless, congrats, buddy. We'll see you back in here when we get back from the holiday. So, good job once again. That guy's been putting some meat in the freezer this year for sure. Anyway, stuck with me tonight. Got a great show lined up. Some really good guests lined up. Gonna premiere a video of when we went down and fished with buddy Paul Buschelman. We'll get into all that here in a little bit. Want to welcome everybody to the show, especially now if you're joining us here first time on Root Sports. I want to remind you, take a little time, jump over to our webpage, www.fishhuntnw.com. There, we've upped the ante. You need to take advantage of this. Edge Rods, FHN30 is your coupon code for amazing savings on edge rods and, of course, combinations that we've put together for steelhead season. I'll talk about that here in a second. But checkout code at Edge Rods on all fishing rods not already attached to another reduced pricing will be FHN30. Make sure you enter that at checkout. You're going to save 30%. That's a tremendous savings. Time to buy some Christmas gifts, if nothing else. And then, of course, at Phelps Game Calls, Fish Hunt NW10 at checkout. You're going to save 10% on all your Phelps Game Calls. It's waterfowl season, and we're still hunting big game, so you better be stocking up on your Phelps Game Calls. They got everything you could need. Check them out. Fish Hunt NW10. I mentioned it last week. Want to remind you guys, if you're not taking advantage of this with Edge Rods, 30% off on a number of rods. You got options with the Silver Widow, the Black Widow, the First Strike. We got combos going out the door. They just got in a whole new shipment of Daiwa reels, bait casters and spinning reels to put on your rods for steelhead combinations. Take some time. Do yourself a favor, even if you're a couple hours away, jump on down there to Woodland area, stop in at the Edge Pro Shop. Going to see Big Mike. He will hook you up with rod and reel combos, and you're going to save 30% and put yourself together a nice little package. Take advantage of that. Best rods in the Northwest, and we're saving you a ton of money. Well worth the time and the drive. Not to mention they got a ton of things down there at the Pro Shop that you're going to need for salmon, steelhead, kokanee, whatever you need. Go see Big Mike at the Pro Shop. Save some money. All right, great show lined up tonight. Pretty excited about it. Lots of content to cover. Running down the show. We took a little trip down south here the last couple weeks. Chinook fishing on the Oregon coast with buddy, longtime friend, Paul Buschelman. Willamette Valley Outfitters, LLC. Bobber and eggs for Chinook. FHN on the water. I think you're going to enjoy this. Part 2 with Kyle. How effective is the bead for Chinook, or will they take the eggs? Wait until you see what we had going on this morning. It was pretty interesting. Then bring it back to the show. It's been a bit, but always love having this gentleman on. Paul Kim, the Squid King of Seattle. Fish, PNW Guide Service, and Seattle Squid. It's winter squid jigging time on Puget Sound. Paul is here to get us up to date and fill us in on all the details to find success. Then we'll have the final installment with Kyle on the Oregon coast, Chinook and Bobber for Chinook, Bobber and eggs, FHN on the water to close it out. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this content. Bring it to the show first time. I've been trying to get this guy on. He's so busy. Keith Johnson, K-Fish's Guide Service. Hey, it's late fall and B-Run Coho time. Keith will walk us through the season and give us some insightful insight on things that'll work. And then part 2 with Keith, we're going to drill down on this. Plugs, twitching jigs, and spinners. Going after these B-Run, how to be successful. I mean, hey, we're talking mid-November, dropping rivers after that horrendous rain we had last week, and these cooler temps, dropping conditions, water's clearing up. The fishing is good. I talked to Keith earlier this evening. Let me tell you, they put a whooping on them today and getting some nice sized fish. These B-Runs are in, and the fishing's pretty outstanding. So stick around through the hour. Love seeing everybody on here. Going to try to interact with you as much as I can tonight. And yeah, we're going to jump out for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Part 1 with Kyle Buschelman down there on a coastal Oregon river. Bobber and eggs for Chinook. Who doesn't want to see that? Right after this break, right here at Fish on Northwest.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company could build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
Well, hey guys, Dwayne England, Fish on Northwest. We're out here, FHN, back on the water. Scotty boy, we're down here in Oregon.
Top of the morning. Let's do this. Huh?
Introducing you to my buddy Kyle Buschelman.
Yes.
Huh?
Yep.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Fish with you
Yeah,
finally.
absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Kyle Buschelman, Willamette Valley Outfitters. You guys all know him. He's been on the show numerous times.
Yep.
And we're finally down here fishing salmon with you, man.
Yeah, we've done steelhead before.
Multiple
but
times,
but
yeah.
Finally, fall Chinook.
Gonna be fantastic.
Any coho in here?
There are coho. It's been a little slower on the coho,
Okay.
but there's definitely plenty of Chinook around.
But we're bobber and egg fishing.
Yeah.
And so
I love
that puts a smile on my face, man. I just absolutely love watching those bobbers drain.
Yep, and we get to geek out a little bit with our cures and
Yeah.
experiment and see what the flavor of the day is.
Years here.
Probably at least, yeah. I brought a handful. Kyle's always got a ton, so we're going to be throwing some different scents and eggs at them. And once the sun comes up,
Yeah, we had a little hurry up and wait this morning to get up here.
that's
but,
all right. Okay, sun comes up. We're going to be draining bobbers coming at you.
nice low hole, yeah, like that.
Yeah. We want them out there a little further?
Nope, we'll cover it all.
Look at that. Little breeze is chilly. All the hands there, Scott.
Yep. Yep.
What was
Might have
that?
been bottom.
That was bottom. It drained awful quick.
It did though. didn't it?
Uh-huh. But it went sideways real fast too. Got me excited for a second. I don't know why it is every time I come down here, it's freezing. You come down for steelhead.
Better than wet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got absolutely soaked the other day, man. It was not fun.
Ah, those eggs hold color well.
Yeah.
So when it gets low like this, they're either going to be in the super deep holes or they're going to be held up where there's cover in the broken water.
Wherever they're comfortable. Fish.
Finally,
Got a biter.
there we go. It's
Right
got
on,
some
right on.
not bad color either.
That's a bright little fish.
Yep.
Real nice. Excellent. Looks like it's on the bead.
On the bead.
On the bead. Putting eggs and steelhead out, putting eggs and sand shrimp out in front of it. It takes the bead. That thing looks like a steelhead, pal.
It is.
That's why I said steelhead. It's a hatchery fish too. When it first came up, I was like, I was gonna say sand shrimp. I said steelhead because it was on my mind.
It's like an old summer fish.
Yeah. Before I saw it a second time, though, I wasn't gonna say anything, but it peeked out of my
Well,
mouth.
that's the first one we've got this fall.
It's a beautiful fish, hatchery fish. So
That's a nice fish.
That's
it
a
looks like a
summer
little,
fish.
is it a runbacker?
yeah, it is. It's that's a thin belly.
Yeah, we'll let her go, of
Yeah.
course, but nice fish.
Yeah, real nice
That
fish.
fish.
There you go. This hatchery fish. We're gonna let it go. This thing's a little skinny, huh, Kyle?
Yep, yep.
Needs to eat.
Little summer fish, we'll get it going.
Yeah.
But it did go for the bead.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
That's a fish?
Yeah.
I just had a bobber down too. Oh, I got a fish.
I lost mine.
We got a double.
Good. I lost mine.
That bobber went down so soft.
It's those bead bites, bud.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it barely. Yeah.
Let me get
Oh,
that.
get out of the tree. Get out of the tree. Get out of the tree.
You're doing great.
That's
we
a
almost
nice
had a
fish.
double right there, Dwayne.
We did. So you hit yours, and I watched my bobber just bounce, and then it slowly started going down again. So I reeled down to it, and I was like, that is a fish.
I mean, the bead bite's almost like a small bait bite.
It was really soft. Really soft. And I did not get a real good hook set into this because I was watching your fish. But that subtle takedown, and then it bounced back up, and then it barely started going down again. So I reeled down until I got pressure. Boy, that's a fresh fish, Kyle.
These are all bright,
Yeah,
bright fish.
moving in on that big tide with that full moon.
Not the biggest one, but he is a nice one.
He's nice and bright.
We'll keep it.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Look at that, nice fish right
Nice
there,
fish,
guys.
buddy. Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of a, look how bright that fish is. Wow.
Boy, he's a chromer.
Yeah, that's good. Let's get moved over here and we'll take care of it and get
Yeah.
right back to it. There's definitely a bite on, and
Now, all it took was a little sun on the water.
did. We kind of figured that.
Oh, that's a bright one. That's a nice fish. Right in the snout. Yeah. That thing will cut
Fell
nice.
right out. Look at that
Nice
fish.
fish. There you go.
Just a nice
Yeah.
fish. Slets River.
There we go.
I like those scars in their head from when they're
Digging,
digging.
getting after sand lances and
Yeah, let's
whatever else they get out of the mud.
let me just get this thing bled out for us.
I like it. There you go. What was that? 20 millimeter?
20 mil.
Yep. That pink and pearl. I did. Yeah, I do. This is one of my go-to, especially in clear water, both steelhead and salmon. It always produces. Well,
It just did.
it didn't let me down. So
Okay, let's see here.
beads under eggs, beads under bait. It's a thing. Why? I don't know. Maybe they like how perfectly round the bead is. Our baits are just all over the place.
It's definitely been a bead bite this morning.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we missed quite a few, and they've all been on the bead.
Yeah.
There's a fish.
we go. Lift and turn. Oh, that's a nice fish, Kyle. That's coming right in the boat. Oh yeah. Dandy. Well done, buddy.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
We're going to show you how to make fishing reels.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelled the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
All right, welcome back here in studio. Dwayne England flying solo this evening. Hopefully you are enjoying that Chinook fishing with Kyle Buschelman. A little bit more of that to come later in the show, finish it out for you, but interesting how they're grabbing that bead. And do we get some on eggs? I guess we'll see. Hey, I want to welcome back to the show. It's been a while. This guy is no stranger to the Pacific Northwest. Captain Paul Kim, Seattle Squid, Fish PNW Guide Service, SeattleSquid.com. I simply refer to you as the Squid King of Seattle. So welcome back to the show, buddy.
I don't know what I did to deserve that, but
you know exactly
you.
what you did. You took Tommy and I out. We had a fantastic time. We got a bunch of squid. It was a great outing, and we made a phenomenal video that I know people enjoy when they see us out there with you. So, hey, let's get right to it. So it is fall, soon approaching winter. It's cool temperatures. It's time to go jig for some squid, isn't it?
Absolutely. No better time now. It's almost seemed like once November turned the corner, we had a little bit of cold snap, a little bit of rain, and to push those winter squid into our Puget Sound. So we're having a lot of fun rounding them up. Right. So these are winter squid. Why are they here this time of year? So primarily, number one, to spawn. Yeah. So they're back in our sound. They're here to drop their eggs, do their mojo thing, and then get their offspring, back into the whole cycle. Right, so, right. Now we fish for them at night. Winter squid. We fish for them at night under the lights. How come the nighttime is so much more productive than, say, going out during the middle of the day and going after them? Well, number one, predators, and so they want to evade predation. We had just an incredible salmon season. Yeah. And they're here, and I think they arrived a little bit late because this salmon run had some extra legs to it. And so we had excellent coho fishery that ran well into October and all the way through, and we had a pretty good chum fishery from what I can see, but that seems to be tapering off now. But just right after that, the winter squid have made their way and made their presence in the sound. Yeah, right. So about what time of day? Let's kind of start shaping this up for folks to follow exactly what this involves. So what time of day are you heading out of the marina, and about how long is the trip into the evening? Yeah, so we're typically meeting right at dusk as it starts to get darker, right around 5 p.m. Right in downtown Inner Elliott Bay, and our trips typically range for about 3 hours, so not a huge commitment.
Yeah.
Really family friendly and first time beginner friendly,
Right.
for folks who've never really fished or interested in getting out, but then don't want a huge commitment.
Yeah, no, that's a great opportunity to get out, get it done, and get back and enjoy or experience
Absolutely.
something new. So let's talk about your light game. You know, if Tommy was here, he would say the Squid King's light game is strong, is the phrase he coined. Yeah. And you've even upped it this year with your new boat, new light. How many lumens of light are you putting into the water this season?
We are pushing over 300,000 lumens
Oh my
of
gosh.
LED light, and so we've increased extra 30% more lighting on the boat just because of the format of the boat. And so my philosophy is the more light, the better.
Yeah, the
Draws
brighter,
in
the
that bait,
better.
and then it just kind of like a tractor beam brings in the bait, brings in the squid. And so
Yeah, you're like
that's why.
You're like a floating football stadium out there is basically what you are. Let's talk real quick, Paul. Let's kind of walk through some rigging. You're using light rods, spinning rods for the most part. You use like a kokanee rod, or kind of what's the setup? And then, you know, I remember when we were fishing with you.
I know you and your kokanee rod. So kokanee rod would be great. Yeah, kokanee rod would be great, but we typically like a little bit.
Looks like we lost our connection there. A little stiffer of a rod, or a little something with a little more backbone. Maybe we can get our connection back there with Paul. Typically, when we're fishing, squidding with him, jigging, we run basically a dropper system, heavy jig on the bottom, tiered up with three separate squid jigs, with a cannonball sinker hanging underneath them. I think he puts them about a foot or 18 inches apart, and basically drop it to the bottom, come up a crank or so, and slowly just kind of jig up and down. You'll feel them when they jump on there. You know, there's no bait, no scent, no nothing. It's the fluorescence in the glow of the jig under all them lights that really gathers all them squid together right under the boat. And with the Raymarine electronics, you can see the clouds of squid under the boat. It is pretty impressive, much like when you're shrimping. You can see the clouds of shrimp under the boat, but you know, the squid will come in under the lights, and they gather around under the lights. And once you drop those jigs down there, and they get a lot of. Oh, we got Paul back. Okay, we got you back. So hey, I was just kind of explaining the rigging. So go ahead and walk through that, the rod, and then your 3 jigs in succession, and how you kind of put those together.
Yeah, so good question. So typically, so here's kind of an example of a rigging. It's a 2 jig set. So typically, I like to use about 50-pound mono in between the 2 jigs. You know, anywhere from 12 to 15 inches long. And really not because you need that heavy pound of a test, but really just to kind of keep everything vertical,
right?
Presentation nice and straight while we're jigging, and so it prevents the lower jig from foul.
All right, looks like we're going to continue to struggle with the connectivity, Jordan, so we'll just cut them loose. So it's a great opportunity to get the young ones out, get the family out. Like you said, 3 or 4 hour trip. He's leaving there out of Seattle. I would recommend this time of year to get a hold of Paul. You can find him on Facebook, social media platforms. Go ahead and look him up under SeattleSquid.com. You can find him at fishpnw.com. He's booking squid trips. Get out there and jig, get the kids out, and trust me, he'll teach you how to clean them. And once you understand how to clean the squids, they are phenomenal. Sherry makes a fantastic sausage stuffed casing recipe out of the squid bodies. It is amazing. So unfortunately, we kept losing connectivity with Paul. He's a great gentleman to go out and fish with, either in the Puget Sound throughout the season, and/or he is one of the top guys. That is why we refer to him as the Squid King of Seattle, because his game is second to none, and I know you guys will enjoy it. So look him up, SeattleSquid.com, fishpnw.com, friend him on Facebook and follow him, and you'll be glad you did. All right, we'll jump out for a quick break. We come back from that break, going to put you right into part 3 of our outing with Paul Buschelman down there on a coastal river in Oregon, going after those Chinook. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up right after the break, right here at Fish on Northwest.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, Pro Cure, Short Bass, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge Rods.
Huh?
There's a fish.
On the bead again.
Oh, that's a good fish.
I gotta go back to the bead.
That is a nice fish,
That's a real
Scott.
nice fish. Yeah? You got the net, Kyle?
Yeah.
Want me to go for double? We'll go for double. If you work.
The thing is, this fish is really big. It's just got some color to it.
What are you doing, Scott? Still playing around with that fish? Did you get that little thing in, or?
Oh, look at that head.
Oh, that thing's giant.
Oh. Yeah, for sure.
That's a big fish. That a boy. Oh my gosh.
Oop, I went and almost knocked him off.
You got GoPro? Oh, sorry, yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, good thing you mentioned it.
Oh.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, see the snout on that thing. It was massive.
There it comes.
Yeah, Scott, that's a big fish. You bet, buddy. Nice job.
Oh my gosh.
He likes under that boat. Yeah, he does like it. Maybe he's up here now. He wants nothing to do with that motor.
All right, we got him here. He's just a really heavy fish. He's kind of just...
You know, what's funny is these older fish seem to prefer the eggs. Like
sulfites?
Yeah, they're going after that salt and those sulfites and whatnot. Those fresher fish have all come on the beads.
Uncooperative sort, huh?
Up until now.
Yeah, Adipose fin's 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude.
Let's get over here and we'll get
Wonder what that thing
released
would
for
weigh
ya.
in its prime. Okay. Give him the water.
He's a tough beast. He'll do what he needs if he hasn't already done it already.
Yeah, he's a big fish. Huh? Any on that guy. Huh? Yeah, he's real close. I think he's got you beat though, Scott. Okay, yeah, let's go.
You'll go.
Yeah, well done.
Woo.
Oh.
Kyle, thank you, my man. Huh? Nice. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh.
Look at you all slimed up, huh?
Oh, I like that all slimed up. Oh.
You were hugging your
Good
fish.
job, pal. It's right on it.
Yeah.
So let's switch spots. We're down.
We're moving.
Well, boys, Kyle, dude, always, man, always a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Scott, what'd you think about this? You don't get out on these rivers a whole lot or much,
I'm not much of a trip fisherman, but I'm starting to learn.
Yeah.
And it's easy to learn when you're out with people that catch fish. Like Kyle, appreciate that, my man.
Has it
And got
dialed?
us on not only a lot of fish, but a really nice fish.
Yeah.
Which I will remember for a lifetime.
Yeah, it was big.
That was
a nice little brighter, but it's nice to let that fish go too.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Keep it in the river.
It's interesting. I mean, you and I are kind of bait thugs.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for a long time. And we got a couple fish on bait. I purposefully took the bead off. I said, these buggers have got to bite bait.
Absolutely.
It's interesting that the darker, kind of older, beat up fish went for the bait, the sulfites and the salt and the things that they want. And the brighter fish we got today actually all came on beads. But, you know, that doggone bead under bait, fishing a double rig is...
And it was in pretty slow water too, which is not
It's a good point.
You know, this reminds me of herring and 360s.
Yeah.
I was a holdout. I hated
Yes, you
going
were.
to it, but you know, I like it now and it fishes. And so I adapt. I still have faith in the bait. There's days that the bait will do just fine, but maybe with the lack of flow, the smaller presentations helping, and they liked it. I mean, it was every time that bobber came through that one zone for a bit, it was getting hit.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say he was. You know, first bait through, and that thing kept raining. I'm like, sit down, Kyle.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the weather. It was a little frigid this morning,
man.
and the fish were a little lethargic. Huh?
They were. So we figured, I mean, it was a little colder than we expected. And we kept waiting for that sun. And you know, as a guide, we have a lot of excuses. Well, you know, we'll just wait till we get actually worked out. As soon as it got to 10, when the fish started biting, but that was also when our guide sun froze.
Yeah.
So
Got
we were
some
able
nice
to,
drifts
it did.
Man.
And the fish started moving a little bit, so it was nice.
But even that steelhead you caught early, a little lethargic.
Oh, yeah.
It rolled
100%.
in. Yeah.
But the fish after 10 o'clock,
They got pretty hot.
They were spunky.
And it's not like it warmed up a ton. I mean, I ain't coming back down. I put my coat back on because it is not exactly warm.
I'm okay. Tomorrow's off.
Yeah.
Kind of ease into this cold weather. So.
Nonetheless, though, great day.
Yeah.
You know, didn't have to put up with the rain. That's always a bonus. A little frigid this morning, but hey, we got through it and we got onto a good number of fish. So always a pleasure, man.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, you.
Right
It was
on.
great, man. Really appreciate it.
Excellent. All right, going to do it for us down here in Oregon. Going to jump out for a quick break. We'll be back in studio right after this.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. I know we sure did. I got to tell you, man, that morning started out a little brisk. Yeah, it was like 27 degrees. I hadn't been out in that frigid of morning weather up to that point, so it caught me a little off guard. But literally the fish started biting around 9:30, 10 o'clock once the sun hit the water, as we kind of expressed. And oddly enough, we did catch a handful of fish on eggs. But believe it or not, as we also kind of expressed in that show, most of those older fish came on... Or the fish that bit the eggs were more of your older fish, the darker fish. The brighter fish all went for that bead. So don't discount the productivity of a 20, 22, 24 millimeter bead when you're going after a Chinook, because they certainly do jump on those things. All right, we'll jump out for a quick break. We come back, make sure you stick around. Got a gentleman coming to the show. We got some serious discussions on coho with Keith Johnson. Happy to have him finally here. This is going to be great content. Get your notepad ready. This guy knows his stuff. Don't go anywhere. Jump out for a quick break. Keith Johnson when we come back right here, Fishing Northwest.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
We're going to show you how to make fishing reels.
All right, welcome back to the show. Going to get right to this so we don't run out of time. Want to welcome to the show Keith Johnson, K-Fish's Guide Service. About time I get you on the show, mister. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. So definitely time to get after some coho, wouldn't you think, Keith? We got dropping rivers, mid-November, starting to see some bigger fish.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I love about this time of year. If you want to catch a big one, it's right now, clear through December.
So let's kind of back up a little bit and talk about as the season kind of shaped up. Now you're captaining a boat or skippering a boat out there on Westport, out of Westport on the ocean all summer with Daryl, and you had to be pretty excited about the numbers of Chinook and coho you saw this last summer. Thinking forward to the fall that we should be seeing a pretty amazing year, didn't you think?
It was incredible out there. I mean, you could not troll without having two coho on, at once. You couldn't even get 4 rods in the water if you wanted to. There was so many coho out there, and we were weeding through them. I bet you it was like 10 to 1 just to get a hatchery fish, but you could literally catch 100 coho, no problem.
And would you say early to mid-season, were you seeing a high mark rate of wild fish compared to the hatchery numbers out there?
Yeah, I would say most of them were wild, actually, or unclipped.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot of fish that weren't clipped on purpose, just to make sure they get back to where they need to go.
Now, we had a little bonus, too, going into this season when the October 1 hit and these rivers around us that you and I love to fish so much opened up. We got that nice shot of rain last week of September, brought those rivers up, but they dropped really quick. And really, as we got onto that October 1st fishery, we were fishing moderately, almost low, clear conditions. So targeting coho in that early part of the season, clear water, what was kind of the game plan? I know you're probably going after Chinook too with bobber and eggs, but targeting those coho in that lower clear conditions, what was kind of your game plan?
My game plan was, you knew that you had to make that perfect cast or you're going to spook them in those low clear conditions.
Yeah.
But most of the fish we found were just really tight in the wood. You had to get a jig so deep in there, and you were either going to get a snag or you're going to pull a fish out of there.
Right. Yeah, you got to kind of, fret with danger a little bit to see if you can get it in their jail cell and pull them on out of there. Lose a jig on the wood or lose a jig on the fish. So, hey, so now we had that nice big shot of rain. Water came up substantially, got a little off color. How much clarity needs to get back in the water before K-fish jumps back in the boat and is out there chasing coho?
I never worry about clarity too much. I mostly just look at the river, and in a lot of these rivers, I've noticed that the fish just really quit moving once they get up above, I would say 6,000, maybe to 8,000 CFS. Really depends on the river, but as long as those fish are moving, you can really catch them in backwaters. There's plenty of places you can find water that's clean enough to get those fish, until the rivers are, really, really high.
Yeah. And in that higher water, you kind of mentioned it. You're looking for, let's talk about that real quick before we jump to break. Higher water like that, like we just came off with all that rain, a little off color. You get into those back sloughs, in and around structure, corners where you got a soft edge. What do you kind of look for where those coho are going to hold up?
Yeah, I'm really looking for water it's essentially not moving at all. I think they just get in there and have a break. And if there's like a creek that's dumping in some clean water, I mean, that's a gold mine. You know you're going to get a fish right there.
For sure. All right, it moves quick here, unfortunately. We're going to jump out for a quick break. I'm going to hold you over because we come back, we're going to really drill down on plugs, twitching jigs, and spinners. Really get these people fired up about these bee runs. So don't go anywhere. Jump out for a quick break. We'll be back right here after the break. Fish Out Northwest.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
All right, welcome back here to the show, Dwayne England, Fish Out Northwest. Guest Keith Johnson, K-Fish's Guide Service. For the break, Keith, we're talking about chasing coho. It's mid-November. It's time for bee runs. I know you guys put some dandy-sized fish in the boat today. Now we got these dropping rivers, clearing conditions. Let's talk a little bit about a progression on your jig color patterns. If I'm twitching jigs, if I have 3 to 4 feet of visibility compared to when I get to gin clear, what's kind of a couple of your go-to jig patterns that you'll use in those conditions?
3 to 4 foot of viz, I feel like any color is really going to work, but I obviously always have my old standbys. That black and chartreuse is one that always works. So somebody has to be throwing that thing. But I've been playing around with some really dark green and olive colors this season, and I never have, and those are working really well for me too.
Using those mostly in clearer water?
No, dirty water.
Is that right? How about when we get gin clear? If it continues to stay cold, I think we got some rain coming, but if it stayed cold, got low in gin clear, and you're back up into the wood and stuff, you sticking with darker patterns?
Yeah, I like the darker patterns, and if that doesn't work, sometimes I'll throw a really big bright one on and just see if I can get something interesting.
Crazy. Yeah, there you go. How about your spinners? What size of spinners you throwing? Hoochie spinners, some color patterns and sizes.
I love those hoochie spinners, 4s and 5s, definitely. And obviously those wicked lures really do some work too. That black and purple when the water's clear, I don't think there's a better option.
That is a good one to go to for sure. Yeah. You running many plugs this time of year? What size of plug will you run as we get into these bee run fish, a little bigger fish?
I love those K14s and K15s until the water gets clear, and then I'm going to go down to like a Maglip 3.5.
Yeah, smaller profile in that gin clear water, you bet.
Exactly.
What are you wrapping on them? Putting some bait or scent on them?
Yeah, mostly sardines. And I'll salt them so they stay on, for a while, so you're not having to constantly wrap them. Tuna works really well too. I mean, straight out of the can, you don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are surprised that you can just take that tuna right out of the can and just kind of papoose wrap the heck out of that with your magic thread. And it actually holds on the plug pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's something about the tuna that salmon like. I don't know what it is.
It's crazy. Hey, do you take the time to swap your hooks out on all your plugs and put a snap ring with a barrel swivel on there so you got 360 rotation on your hooks?
Every time, yeah. I always run a barrel swivel. I think it helps a lot. I've played around with the double split ring, but I always go back to that barrel swivel. I think it really helps, especially with coho because they roll so much.
I agree.
You don't want that plug wrapping around them. I mean, if you can avoid it, but
yeah. Are you, when you swap out hooks, do you put both hooks back on? You running a belly hook or you just run a trailer hook off of the back on most of your plugs?
Always a trailer hook. Like on like a K14, I love like a 4 Gamakatsu Big River.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the best hook to land ratio for me.
Don't you think that Gamakatsu Big River, that sickle style hook with that anchor point, seems how we have to fish so much barbless anymore? That anchor point really seems to stick a lot of fish, don't you think?
It really does. And I actually offset those hooks because they're not offset. So I'll take yours and offset it, and I feel like that helps too.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. All right, you got openings coming up as you get into the B run, and I'm hopeful that we're going to remain our rivers open. There seems to be plenty of fish around, so
there's a lot of fish around now. There hasn't been, but all of a sudden I think the chum kind of got washed out with that last rain we had, and the coho are just pouring in.
Perfect. Well, it's time to go get those big B run, and I know guys can get in your boat and make it happen. So, how do folks get a hold of you and book a trip? I'd like to get some people to jump in your boat with you.
Yeah, that'd be great. kfishguide.com.
kfishguide.com.
That's correct.
It's just that simple. Of course, you're all over social media. You got a huge following on Instagram, good following on Facebook and whatnot. So you're easy to find. And don't be surprised if I call you up and say, hey, let's go fish and film an episode with you. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think we need to make that happen.
Right on, buddy. All right. Always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you. And get out there and get some of those B runs.
Likewise. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, guys.
You bet. Take care. All right, Keith Johnson, K-Fish Guide Service. Look him up. The guy is a solid stick and will treat you to a fantastic day. All right, don't go anywhere. Going to jump out for a quick break. We come back, going to close out the show right here, Fish on Northwest.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back in studio here as we wind down the show. So a couple things going on as of late. There's been some information being passed back and forth between DFW and the co-managers. Keith had kind of expressed that as of late, the rivers seem to be loaded with good numbers of coho. I'm getting those reports from a handful of other folks as well. So there seems to be a good amount of fish around. And historically, on some of these coastal rivers especially, we get into December, man, we get a really nice push of hatchery fish coming in. So there's things to look forward to on the coho front, as well as, hey, are we going to get that steelhead opportunity and kind of get that double dip if we can? The pushback from some observations of the co-managers is their commercial fishing fleet, so to speak, was not finding ample enough numbers of coho in the Queets and the entire Grays Harbor region. So they're advocating to DFW for a possible closure. Now, this is discussions that are going back and forth. I tip my hat to DFW. They have basically said currently they're in a wait and see mode because of a couple things. They have not collected enough data in their mind to know truly what's going on. They feel like the hatchery numbers that have come in are on par with what the preseason was. Now, we don't manage our fisheries based on hatchery numbers, but it's a model to look at. So egg take has been sufficient at all the hatchery programs, and that's all doing well. The other side of that is, okay, how are the wild fish and spawning escapement? Are we going to meet that? Well, they didn't have and haven't had a huge ability to collect data based on the commercial fisheries because they have a very low participation of non-tribal commercial gill netters going after coho this year. They think most of that's due to the buyback that took place last year. So you don't have a lot of pressure in the commercial fishing side of it to, offer up the data for DFW to gauge it. So for right now, wait and see mode. Hopefully, we're going to be able to keep the rivers open, get us through November, get us through December, give us opportunity on these B-run fish coming in, give us opportunity on the hatchery fish coming in December, and we'll have more information coming up as we move through in these the steelhead setting seasons as they come together. Quick note before we jump out, no show next week. Thanksgiving, Thursday, we take that off as long as everybody else. So enjoy your holiday, happy Thanksgiving, and make sure you spend time with family. We'll see you back here in studio in a couple weeks. Have a great week, have a great holiday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.